Hello everyone, and welcome back to the last 80-ish years of our campaign where we're trying to form Rome as the Mamluks. We have a lot of land to take in 80 years. Hopefully we can do it. Let me try to remember where we were from last night. We have claims on Austria, but we have a truce on them for slightly under a year, and we need to get claims on France. Spain, we have a truce with them for the next 7 years till 52. And Portugal, well, we don't have any claims on them, so that is relatively unfortunate. In that regard, I believe that, well, that coalition just became a lot bigger. I was going to say, I believe we're going to declare on Austria. The question that I actually have is, if we declared on Austria, since the Commonwealth will protect them, does that mean we're also fighting the entire coalition? It's something I'm actually not too sure about. I might have to mute my mic for a second. My dog is barking at somebody who I think just got home. I think he thinks that it's my wife, and so he's getting very excited. Yeah, this is something I'm not sure of. It doesn't say here that they won't join because Austria is not part of the coalition, but the Commonwealth is a de facto co-belligerent. But they will not be able to call their own allies. But a coalition's not allies, which is why I'm slightly confused. Who's somebody Bavaria's in the coalition? I mean, that's a lot of people. Memmington, Burgundy, Bohemia, Alsace, the Pope, Nuremberg. I mean, most of them are quite small nations. So it's not like... Yeah, it's not like they would be super powerful on their own, but I mean, when there's so many of them, it starts getting scary pretty quickly. I don't really want to waste any more time sitting around. I mean, we could no CB France. We'd only lose one stability. Alternatively, it's 0.32, so that's 3 months for one. That's 30 months. That's more than 2 years of fabricating on Spain, just to declare on them again. It's quite a long time. Magdeburg actually would not join right now. Is the Commonwealth at war with anybody? If they were at war with anybody, then I would definitely go for it. But since they're not, I don't know if I want to. I think what we're gonna do is I think we need to pop a bunch of advancement efforts, at least in places that we can. We need to get the Enlightenment. We really need to get it going. Where else is this a state? It's not. I think this is a state. So we can pop that. I think over here is a state as well. So hopefully that helps. We can put it here. Don't think there's any point in putting it down here. It's not at all present down there. You know what, we could do it in Thrace. That would be good, and over here could be good. So yeah, I don't know. You know what we could do? And so we could support Austria's liberty. That might be worth it. I don't think they're going to want us to, though. Yeah, and they hate us. So they don't want us to support their liberty. Spain's only at 17%. All of our subjects, high liberty desire. So we have to get Genoa down first. Because we are annexing them. So burn our prestige on them. We're pretty close to having finished annexing them. We have our max admin power. What do we want to do? I suppose develop a couple of times. Or actually, I think we'll boost stability instead. It should help with some of our rebels. As well as help money and institution spread, I believe, right? Yeah, 15%. So that helps that for sure. Khorasan is against us now. Can we declare any of Spain's allies, or only allied with Saxony? Because if we could declare on Saxony and then have France be a co-belligerent, but Saxony's allied with the Commonwealth, so that's pretty awkward. I think we basically just have to go for it and hope. I don't know. Maybe I should look it up real quick. Junior partner. I don't even know how I would Google that though. If you declare on a junior partner, then until 56. That's probably better. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. I just don't want to make a mistake at this point into the campaign. Yeah, so EU4, declare on junior partner, overlord in coalition. Well, that doesn't look like it's going to yield any results. Alright, so yeah, that didn't help at all. Not even a little bit. Maybe my Google foo is not up to snuff right now, but I don't want to sit here and Google a bunch of times while we're trying to figure out what to do. Maybe they will leave. If we improve relation with them, they might leave. We're already improving with them, okay. Well, I'll let it get to plus 97. For now, we can drill all these armies, I suppose. Hope nobody declares and walks over the border on us. Alright, well, that truce has ended. We have reconquest CBs on Spain, so we don't need to fabricate on them. I'd like to see what happens once we annex Genoa, if we'll be able to fabricate here. Man, we're just gaining so much inflation. We'd be at 10% inflation almost. I will lose a little bit of Republican tradition. Don't know that we're going to re-elect this guy at any rate. So once this gets to plus 97, hopefully they might leave the coalition against us. Otherwise, I think we're just going to have to declare on France and hope that we can piece them out while this coalition burns off. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could beat them. It's just be a pain. Absolute pain. What is Spain getting ready for? Oh, good. Now France is in the coalition against us. Isn't that wonderful? Beautiful. Beautiful. This is one thing I was worried about with leaving this many high development nations until the end. I was worried that we were just going to get blobbed out by a coalition. And it's looking like we may. Thankfully, we're getting somewhat close to embracing the Enlightenment. I imagine that we'll do that before we declare our next war. France is 27, Austria's 27, so we would... That's not a huge mil-tech, but I'd like to be even on the mil-tech with them. One of our generals will no longer serve us. This guy, apparently. Not a great general. Still have our one... Oh, we lost both of our 3 stars. Oh, no. Maybe we don't drill this guy. I don't want him to die. Oh, the Commonwealth on the Ottomans. Who all is that? Oh, just Salzburg. Well, it's not going to be a very difficult war by any means for the Commonwealth. I guess we give these guys a general. Let's give him our good general. Hopefully he doesn't just go die in battle. That would kind of suck. Oh, I should not have given them access. Definitely should not have given them access. Although, giving them access does give them +5. Gain that. If they'll go to +1, I believe they'll leave the coalition. Allied Durab will have a core. So yeah, it's basically going to be the aggressive expansion burning off. France is going to be in that coalition against us for forever. For actually ever. That's hills, but it should be an easy fight. Actually, what's his? He's only 1 maneuver. We're 3 maneuver. It should still be an easy fight even with our -1 roll. Should be no problem. A sacked monastery. Well, I think we're gonna lose the prestige because we want to be able to embrace this. Morocco's in the coalition now, yeah. No surprise there. I mean, I guess we could declare on the Ottomans and just take some stuff. Just to not be totally wasting time. I don't know if it's worth it, though. We don't need that land by any means. Yeah, see? Another guy just got shot in the face by his own troops while drilling. Feels bad, man. Definitely want to convert them. Well, I think I said last time I was going to stop converting stuff so that we could save the money that we would use for converting on... Actually, how much money would we be getting? 68. We'll develop a couple times, I think. +17 for 100, +17 for 36. Just pop that. I kind of just want to go for it, although, yeah, we're so close on France, but they're in the coalition, so that's not really an option to declare on them. Let's go ahead and we'll fabricate on that province. Bring that diplomat home, and I suppose... No, we can't annex Bulgaria yet because they're 77% Liberty Desire. This would take them to 67%. I think mostly it just has to burn off us seizing the provinces from them. And then... Oh, I just hate wasting all of this time. I hate it. Since it's with the Commonwealth, does the coalition get to join? It's actually a lot scarier of a coalition now that France is part of it. Much, much scarier now that France is part of it. 10,800. Well... I really wish Spain's Liberty Desire would go up. I mean, these are all just precious, precious years that we're wasting. How close are they to positive? They're pretty close-ish. Great Britain against France. Yes. Yes, we will join. Let's tell them what provinces we want. I mean, basically anything in here is fine. That's actually absolutely perfect. Great Britain finally being useful after all this time. Great Britain is finally being a bro. So yeah, let's get our armies marching over here this way, and we'll start pushing. These armies aren't going to be able to go anywhere. They should stop drilling for now. We can take the generals away from them. Our 3-star is Mohammed. So I think he's going to do most of our sieging. Thankfully the French just have absolutely terrible forts. Which is great. Where are our mercenaries? Not over there, so that's good. Fortunately, France has ships over there. We're gonna cancel their mission. So we want to go... I think we want to go with a bureaucratic candidate again. Nice. Foreign spy detection plus 20%. You know, I think we're going to take a couple of loans to embrace this. This should be really easy to pay off. We're making decent money. Yeah. Should only be 2. So 2 loans, embrace. We're gonna definitely take the Diplotech, definitely take the Diplotech, definitely take the Miltech, definitely admin and admin. We could take even another admin tech. That's pretty nice. There we go. Now we get a new idea group. What do we want? I don't think we want influence, even though I would love the Liberty Desire reduction. I think we take quality. I would love the Liberty Desire reduction, but we're still quite behind in Diplotech, which means we should focus that for a while and probably hire an advisor. Perhaps that guy, because he's cheap and should pay for himself. We have plenty of mill power, and we're way ahead of time. So we're not going to be taking this for... Wait, is somebody really at 28? There's no way somebody's at 28, right? I mean, they could be. It just seems weird that they would be. No? I don't know. Plus, if we take quality, we'll get 10% discipline between the 5% from that and then quality plus economic. So, yeah, we'll take that. We have the mill power. We can take 2 of these right now, which is nice. Infantry combat ability and yearly army tradition, so we should actually be gaining army tradition now. Maybe not. Almost gaining army tradition, though. How many troops does France have? Quite a decent amount. So I don't think that we want to straight up march in there with no support. Hey, Russia no longer considers us a rival. That's a good thing, right? Well, unfortunately for Russia... Wait, how are we at 111% to annex our vassal? That doesn't make any sense. Hopefully that means when the year or month ticks, there we go. We have integrated Genoa. We also now have our imperialism CB, so that means we should be able to just declare on basically anybody with imperialism, yeah. So that's nice. Alrighty. Very good, very good. We should definitely make Central Morocco a state. There is plenty of development there to be had. Tuscany, I think we're going to want as a state. There we go. We're going to want Liguria, which is somewhere over here, I think. Yeah. We'll make that a state. How many more do we get? 2 more. We can make Morea a state. And I think we'll save the last one. There we go. So that should be some really nice income as well from all of those. The other nice thing is we inherit the Genoese fleet, as well as their armies. I imagine we'll keep their armies down here, though. Don't think that we will need them. Alright, what's our -2? So, yeah, sabotage direct plus annexed subjects does not bode well for your diplomatic reputation, by the way. Alright, let's start marching some troops in here. I think that was one of Genoa's armies. Russia is no longer a valid rival for us. Interesting. Well, suppose we'll revoke that embargo then. Austria, no. You don't get to come into our lands. Are you crazy? You must be outside your mind. We should get this army coming this way as well. Alright, so our 3-star dude, we're going to want you to be sieging everything down for us. Ming, oh, you're at war with Spain. Yes. You guys can definitely have access. When does this truce end? 3 years. So hopefully in 3 years' time that war's still going on and we can declare on Spain. That would be a beautiful thing. Probably have 1 million provinces to convert now. That one's cheap. That one's cheap. That one's cheap. That one's super cheap. Doesn't provide much unity, but It's super cheap, which is the important part. Let's just spread out and pick up as many sieges as we can, I think. I don't imagine that France can actually really contest us. We need to split this army up. We can purchase yet another ability. I guess we'll do loyal subjects. I think so. Let's see if the Timurids goes down. So the Timurids at 42, Milan 65, Bulgaria 63. Bulgaria might be same continent as us. I don't know. Milan's definitely not. The Timurids might be, but I don't know. Let's find out. Apparently none of them. Doesn't seem like any of them are actually same continent subjects, so that's kind of awkward. Start trying to pick off some of these French armies. Wow, we didn't catch them. But we catch them there. Spain, yeah, we don't care about your opinion of us. Actually, let's have you wipe that stack. You guys can wipe that stack. Should be a nice, easy war, I think. Or relatively so. Perhaps we just send those guys to Paris. And those guys to Caen, and we'll send some other armies to support our siege of Paris. I think that makes the most sense. We have all this army down here. I have no idea what to do with it. Perhaps this will be the army that we use to defend ourselves from Spain if and when we declare on them. I think that's fine. I have no idea where the French armies even are. They're probably like across the world or something weird like that. There's one of their armies. Interesting. Not really sure what it's doing over there. We should probably give one of these armies a general, although they're all in hostile territory, but we can use these armies to defend our Bulgaria over here. Might make them like us a wee bit more. Just want to make sure that we get as many sieges and occupations as possible so that our participation goes up, in which case they will be more likely to give us land. Or should be more likely to give us land at least. So this general, Isaman, he can come to that army. That way we can fight these other people. Yeah. I suppose we can start splitting up and getting more and more occupations as long as we pay at least a little bit of attention. There's some French. Some of the French. How are our navies looking? We have 20 over here. We really need them to go back to port. We have 12 and we have our 80. So I think we're gonna want to get our fleet all consolidated. Looks like the entire French fleet is sitting in port to blockade it. Let's go siege that down. We won that one. So if we can win this siege, their fleet should come out, in which case Great Britain can crush it. Crush it mercilessly.